Hi everyone, it's Lisa. I thought I'd try to do a little short video about all the Clive Barker books I got. Please ignore my tripod. I could not set it up for you not to be able to see this. I'm sorry. Maybe try to do it like this. But anyways, like I said, I want to do like a little video about all my Clive Barker books I own. I have a lot more of Stephen King books. I might make a separate video of that. But right now I'm going to start with my favorite author, which is Clive Barker. Now, of course, the first book I bought is The Hellbound Heart. You know, Hellraiser is what it's based on. It's a tiny book, very well written. He writes very, very well. He's just great. It's interesting how I got really into his books. I knew who he was from the Hellraiser movies, you know, and other movies he's done. But I was like, I started this many years ago. I'm gonna start reading his books, and it's been so slow for me, and I apologize. I don't have a crap ton of his books, but I have books that I absolutely adore. So the first one, like I said, is The Hellbound Heart. And this book is small. It's great. It's not vastly different from the movie. They just kind of changed the relationship between Kirsty and what was her father's name? I think it was Larry. They changed the relationship between Kirsty and Larry. You know, in the book, I think they're friends, and in the movie, they're father and daughter. So you know, this is one of the best books he wrote. I don't know if it was exactly his first. Let me see. They have they have right here. So these are all the books that he has written. And I really need to get up on this stuff. Holy crap. So those are what he's written. If you want to pause it, you can and just check him out. He can write very dark material, which is great. I'm actually kind of into that stuff anyway. I love Hellraiser, the movies. The imagery is just insane, and how he describes the imagery in this book, me having seen the movies before I read the book, yeah, I can totally see what he's talking about. So I would definitely recommend this. Just even if you don't want to read something big, this is one of the perfect size books, but it's just one of the best. Let me put on the back here for you. Now, the synopsis of this book is: Frank Cotton's insatiable appetite for the dark pleasures of pain led him to the puzzle of the Marchand's box, and from there to a death only a sick-minded soul could invent. But his brother's love-crazed wife Julia has discovered a way to bring Frank back, though the price will be bloody and terrible, and there will certainly be hell to pay. You like all the reviews of it. It's just, even Stephen King said something what was the words he famously said? I have seen the face of horror, and his name is Clive Barker. And it might even be on one of these books that he's quoted as saying that. I'm not sure. But Stephen King has said that. So that says a lot coming from Stephen King, okay? So this is the first one, The Hellbound Heart. I'm not going to really give you, I'm not going to give you a huge summary about the books. You know, I just wanted to show you the books I've got and maybe give you a small, tiny synopsis so you can check them out yourself. I don't want to spoil anything. So the next one is Imagica. I'm actually still in the middle of reading this. It's hard for me. I mean, it's a lot of pages, man. And also, by the way, a lot of the times he does his own artwork too. But of course, this one doesn't say his name, but he does a lot of his own artwork in his books when he provides them. So this is a huge book, Imagica. I'm really liking it so far. If you wanted to pause it, you can read this, but I'll read it for you anyway. Imagica is an epic beyond compare, vast in conception, obsessively detailed in execution, and apocalyptic in its resolution. At its heart lies the sensualist and master art forger Gentle, whose life unravels when he encounters Judith Odell, whose power to influence the destinies of men is vaster than she knows, and Piopa, an alien assassin who comes from a hidden dimension. That dimension is one of 5 in the great system called Imagica. They are worlds that are utterly unlike our own, but are ruled, peopled, and haunted by species whose lives are intricately connected with ours. As Gentle, Judith, and Piopa travel the Imagica, They uncover a trail of crimes and intimate betrayals, leading them to a revelation so startling that it changes reality forever. Now, one thing I will say, and this is a great book so far. I'm not done yet, so I can't really give it like. Maybe I should do a rating. I'd give this maybe 3 out of 5 stars. But with this one, I'm still reading it, so I can't give it a full rating yet about that. But one thing I will say about Clive Barker is, for me, might not be for anybody else, but for me, when I read his books, how he is so intricate and detailed, how he is describing these worlds that he's creating and the people in it, it gives you such a vast imagination in your mind about what they look like, what these places look like. Even like for me, I hear music in my head when I listen to some of these. When I read some of these books, and it's no, I don't got schizophrenia or anything. It's just it transports you to that world. I would highly recommend you guys checking this out. I might do a review on my Instagram when I'm done. I'm not sure. That's the Magica. Now, here we got The Great and Secret Show. I read this so long ago. I can't really remember much of it, but I do remember I got a real kick out of it. Let me just take it over here where I'm at. Try to... Anyways, I was just looking for something, sorry. But here's the synopsis on the bottom. In the little town of Palomo Grove, 2 great armies are amassing, forces shaped from the hearts and souls of America. In this New York Times bestseller, Barker unveils one of the most ambitious, imaginative landscapes in modern fiction, creating a new vocabulary for the age-old battle between good and evil, carrying its readers from the familiar to the fantastic, from the first stirring of consciousness to a vision of the end of the world. The Great and Secret Show is a breathtaking journey in the company of a master storyteller, and that's exactly how I would describe Clive Barker, a master storyteller. Yeah, so I can't really say much about it because I read this probably like 6 years ago, and you think I'd remember, but whoops, ooh, F word over there. But sometimes you got books that are so long like this, it gets so like long, it gets so long or heavy-winded. You're like, oh, this is taking forever for me to read. For me, I have never lost attention. None of his books have made me lose interest when I started reading it. So you should give it a try. I'm gonna share my most favorite book last. Okay, so I gave this, I think I remember, 4 out of 5. The Great and Secret Show. I love reading stuff and watching stuff about good versus evil, and which is in most books. But boy, how he explains this, his imagination, the way he describes things. He's just a great writer. It transports you to different worlds, as I said before. 4 out of 5 for The Great and Secret Show. Now, here we go. Everville. Now, this has been a while since I read this. Take it over here really quick. I'm just making sure I don't have any, like, little book. Hold on a minute. Oh, I thought it was bent. Never mind. I didn't know if I have any little page holders in here or not. But there's another one I read a long time ago. Everville. On the borderland between this world and the world of equity, the sea of our dreams, sits Everville. For years it has lived in ignorance of the gleaming shores upon which it lies, but its ignorance is not bliss. Opening the door between worlds, Clive Barker delivers its characters into the heart of the human mystery, into a place of revelation and where the forces which have shaped our past and are ready to destroy our future are at work. I'm not going to say much about this book because it's really heavy, and you guys have got to check it out yourself to find out. But I think I gave this a 4 out of 5 too. Put this one back over here. Now, I've been on the lookout for this one for a long time, and I think last year I found this at a bookstore in my local mall. And see it is. I have seen the future of horror, and his name is Clive Barker, Stephen King, and that's a compliment. But I found this in the mall, in a bookstore in the mall. As you see, things are written out of there. And this is one of his first collections of short fiction he ever did. In the Flesh. Now, one of the main reasons I was trying to find this book so much is because this was supposed to be like volume 4 through 6. 4, 5, 6, 7, or 1, or 8, whatever. And you can't find it like this. And if you say you have them, people who sell them say they have them, it's just the same with this book. So don't buy it. But I found this, and in the flesh, I was looking out for this one. No, this one, the Forbidden, because the Forbidden is, let me see if I can find it to give you an idea. What this story is based on, what movie is based on this story, what I would say is, let's see if we can find it. If not, I'll just tell you. I want to be kind of cute so you can find the words in the story. Well, I guess not. If I start doing this, I'm gonna start reading it again when you guys are sitting there like, hello. So basically, The Forbidden, this is what the movie Candyman is based off of, is this story. A lot different. Not totally different, but it's different like all books are, as opposed to the adaptation movies. I was so lucky in finding this because it's really hard to find in the flesh with those particular stories in them. So, yes, I give this 5 out of 5. Short, fun read. He's always got, I mean, everyone's always a New York Times bestseller, but he really earned that. Now, Books of Blood. This is some fun stuff, man. If you like books that have like collections of short stories in it, like, what was my most favorite of Stephen King's was, what was it, Nightmares and Dreamscapes. I love that book of his. I love these short stories. And the Books of Blood, holy crap, are these just fun to read. This one was, wow, that was shocking. That's probably one of my favorite ones right here. Let me get over here. Oh, that's it. Okay, but there's a lot of short stories in here. Skin of the Father, Son of Celluloid, Confessions of a Pornographer, things, Scapegoats. These are just really cool. If you like Stephen King short stories books, like I said, Nightmares and Dreamscapes, and sort of like, what was it, 4 Past Midnight or something? I can't remember what it's called. You'll love this book, this collection of short stories. It is just, I think I just went through it like, whoosh, and it was the best time. There are times when I'm just like, I got the chills. You know, I don't really get scared reading books, but I got the chills, and there's times I was cracking up and tearing up. It's just fun. Read this book. This is 5 out of 5. Now I'm going to my most favorite book by Clive Barker. And this is The Scarlet Gospels. It's basically a, move books out of here. Sequel of sorts to Hellbound Heart. It's got the Cenobites in this book. Pinhead's heavily predominant in this book. So, the long-beleaguered detective Harry Diamore, investigator of all supernatural, magical, and malevolent crimes, is back and about to face off against his formidable and intensely evil rival, Pinhead, the Hell Priest. Bloody, terrifying, and brilliantly complex, fans and newcomers alike will not be disappointed by Barker's horror, which will make your worst nightmares seem like bedtime stories. Now, this book was given to me by my brother for Christmas. Oh, there's a bookmark. And I like to read stuff just like it gets my attention, and I'll just read so much of it, and then I'll come back and I'll space it out, but it doesn't lose my attention. This book, I started it. I didn't stop until I finished it. It took me, I had a whole day to spare and all night and the next day to spare. So I read this entire book. I couldn't put this down. It is just, it was amazing. And like I said before, the detail of which he writes, the worlds he creates, oh my gosh. And honestly, Pinhead's not really in this much. The Cenobites are not really in this much. But in this book, I'll just give a tiny little spoiler. The main characters go into basically hell. And it really, well, they do that towards the end of the book, but this describes the hell where the Hell Priest, Pinhead, he does not like being called Pinhead. You'll read this in the book. If you read this, he don't respond well to that at all. But just call him the Hell Priest. And the Hell Priest, he really caused a lot of damn drama in this book because he thinks it's really cool that, I'm going to take over hell. I'm going to be in charge of hell. And that doesn't go in his favor so much, but it does describe the hell what the hell is like there. I don't know how to really describe it, just hell, you know, and it talks about other Cenobites there. It's like a whole community there, more than you ever saw in any of the Hellraiser movies or any of the other books. This is 5 out of 5. I would give this probably a 10 out of 5 if I could. It's so brilliant. It was so good, and I need to read it again. This is probably going to be like, this is like Dune, the book Dune for me. You know, a lot of people read Tolkien every year, like the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. I read Dune every year, and I'm going to start reading this every year because I love it that much. So check out the Scarlet Gospels, guys. So back, you know, check out all of these. If you guys already have read these, please, please don't be shy. Please don't be radio silent. Say in my comments what you read the most, which book you like the most, or if you have any questions about these books, please ask away. Clive Barker, you know, I went through a phase where I was, no offense to Stephen King, I was getting sick and tired of reading his books. I'm not really a fan of his newest books. And then I started like, you know, I'm going to start reading Clive Barker. Now, he's my most favorite author now. I still love Stephen King, but he doesn't compare to Clive Barker for me. And that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys like it. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe. That'd be really cool. I want to be more active on my channel here. I want to do some really good thorough book reviews if I can, or movie reviews. I kind of stopped on my movie reviews for a bit, and I apologize. Life gets in the way. Sorry. But please give this a thumbs up. Please subscribe. It'd be cool. Please comment. I really want to know what people think about these books. All of you think about these books. If you have any questions, please ask. And I'll catch you later. Bye.